Hello and welcome to another marvelous video. Today we'll be taking a look at the talents, capabilities, and of course the origin story of the DC Comics character, Kamo. He is also known as Lord Chondrakha, the Cutter of Waves, or King Shark's father. The character is based on the mythical Hawaiian shark god of Kamo. As the legend goes, Kamo swam around the islands of Kahaloa and Maui. When a ship went down at sea, Kamo waved his tail in front of the fleet, and the kahuna fed him awa, a narcotic drink, while Kamo guided the men home. He is claimed to have steered the ships of Hawaii's early people from the mainland to their island home in this manner. It is believed that Kamo had the ability to shapeshift into any fish and possessed numerous underwater caves at his dwelling nest beneath the ocean. Now that the myth is out of the way, let's explore the backstory of this rare DC supervillain and the father of one of the most popular Suicide Squad members. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. So thank you. Let's begin. History of Kamo. Kamo is an ancient deity belonging to the distant Hawaiian Islands. The character made his debut in Suicide Squad Volume 4, Issue 25, which was titled Cleaning Out the Closet. We'd first encounter him on a distant Hawaiian island where the locals revered him as a deity, sending women to his island to be sacrificed on a daily basis. Meanwhile, Amanda Waller discovered the existence of strong individuals like Superman on Earth. As a result, she began exploring the planet for the most powerful individuals she could command to deploy as counters against renegade metahumans and for other covert objectives. In short, she began to look for her personal Superman. This marked the beginning of Task Force X, more popularly known as Suicide Squad. Waller had heard legends about this strong Hawaiian monster, and she and her squad would eventually catch him along with one of his proteges, who, as previously said, would become King Shark. They would then bomb and demolish his island before transporting him back to a facility in Bel Rev jail, where they would immediately discover that he was far too strong and unpredictable to be helpful. As a result, he would be put in confinement for nearly 4 years, which he would certainly not take well. But one day, when she was attacked by an angry King Shark and then the formidable cyborg Omak, Waller would have to free this tremendous ancient entity from his shackles. And while venting all of his pent-up wrath on his son at first, claiming that his sons are born to confront and rival him for the kingdom, Kamo would finally ally with his son to stop Omak, who was under the influence of one of the most intelligent individuals on the planet, the Thinker. And while the great Kamo and his son would put up an epic struggle against the formidable android, Omak would seize a chance during their fight to grab Kamo and tear the shark in 2 halves, killing him ultimately. The appearance of Lord Chondrakha in Suicide Squad King Shark. Suicide Squad King Shark is a 3-part limited comic released by DC Comics. The story reveals that Amanda Waller forged a deal with King Shark's father, the Shark God, to put the deity's son on the Suicide Squad in order to toughen him up for an impending battle royal among the DC Universe's animal spirits. Despite his resentment that his father had abandoned him to Waller, Nanaue agreed to battle to fulfill his destiny and appease his father. The first warrior King Shark had to face was Orca, a marine biologist who turned into a giant humanoid killer whale because of a failed experiment. After King Shark defeated Orca, Kamo opened up a portal for his son to enter and travel to a parallel dimension into the Red. In DC Comics cosmology, Red is one of the significant essential elements linking all animal life. When Waller discovered that the Wild Games had taken Nanaue away from her control, she prepared a squad to fetch him back. In the 3rd issue, we see Amanda Waller impersonating one of the Hawaiian locals in order to get a chance to talk with Kamo, as she wants King Shark back with her team. However, Kamo refused and threatened to eat her up. King Shark had to face off against other fierce warriors such as King Roach, Prince Nematode, Queen Tiger, Princess Peregrine, and the frightening Man King to ensure the sea's domination. King Shark Suicide Squad Issue 7 describes King Shark's early recruitment into Suicide Squad. As it turns out, Chondrakha permitted his kid to be seized by Amanda Waller to join her covert ops squad because of an upcoming Wild Games. King Shark had to become a killer in order to win the games, and although Chondrakha's methods to do this were pretty harsh, they finally worked. King Shark was thought to have been abducted against his father's will up until this point, but it became evident that Chondrakha voluntarily surrendered his son to the cunning government agent. In order to produce a champion powerful enough to win the games, he had sired a kid with a human lady. As a Parliament of Limbs member, Chondrakha could not join in the fights as he would have liked, so he was forced to find a suitable replacement. Nanaue, however, was not the murderer his father desired. Despite being the demigod offspring of a terrifying shark god, Nanaue was a generally upbeat youngster who even managed to make friends with a dog that liked him. The young shark's father didn't like how soft-spoken he was. His mother found nothing wrong with this, however, regarding him as a typical young boy, but Chondrakha realized that Nanaue would need to toughen up if he was to stand a chance of winning the wild games. This is where Amanda Waller, the Suicide Squad's manager, entered the picture. Chondrakha eagerly surrendered Nanaue to Waller, knowing the potential power he may possess, believing that she would change him into what the shark god required. As his parents looked on, Nanaue was practically taken away while pleading with them not to abandon him. Then, as a brutal first lesson in weakness for his kid, Chondrakha murdered Nanaue's dog. Nanaue became one of Amanda Waller's team's most potent players due to his father's activities. Whether he knows it or not, Waller, his father, and the Wild Games are also responsible for King Shark's existence and the agony he experienced. In issue 8 of Suicide Squad, King Shark squares combat against Limbo Legion. The most dangerous foe is Pigeon, a former zealous criminal obsessed with desecrating public landmarks who turn out to be a god-killing demon entrusted with destroying anything sacred. She first strikes Nanaue, King Shark, sucking his spirit away, but is later assaulted by his shark godfather, Lord Chondrakha. Unfortunately, when Suicide Squad King Shark concludes with King Shark seemingly dying at Pigeon's hands, it appears time is running out, as King Shark now stands in the line for a god-level inheritance. In a certain sense, King Shark's whole existence has led up to this day, but when the games are over, King Shark would find himself without a goal. He will have to decide between going in the direction his father would have had him go, working once more for Waller's task force, or truly thinking for himself and choosing a different course completely. The looks and powers of Kamo. Kamo's actual height and weight are unknown, however he is larger than his massive progeny, King Shark, who reaches over 7 feet tall and weighs around 400 pounds. Kamo plainly has pure white eyes, no hair, and dark blue skin with razor-sharp fangs and claws. Kamo claims to be and is regarded as a god of sharks, but Amanda Waller feels he's just a powerful being who is delusional. In any case, we know that Kamo can be qualified for having immense superhuman strength, durability, and stamina. He also appears to easily overwhelm his furious son, King Shark, with Director Waller directly admitting on multiple occasions that his might is unfathomable. Furthermore, he possesses flawless amphibian physiology, being nearly as at ease on land as he is in water. He also has strong electrokinesis, which seems appropriate given how many water species are sensitive to electromagnetic fields. Chondrakha, as the deity of sharks, has authority over other sharks and fish. He may also use telepathy to communicate his ideas to others. He has a necromancy ability, as we saw him resurrect a dead fish once to communicate with his son. He also has healing powers, and to top it all off, he's functionally immortal, owing to his status as an ancient Hawaiian divinity. However, we have seen him get killed on multiple occasions, so that does say something. 2 interesting facts you didn't know about Kamo. The character of Shark God made his actual first appearance in Superboy Volume 4, Issue 9, released in 1994. He was shown for a while, that too in a flashback montage. In Suicide Squad Issue 25, Kamo refers to himself as Kane for unclear reasons. Marvelous verdict. King Shark is one of the most popular Suicide Squad characters, especially after Sylvester Stallone started to be his voice. He is like Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, which people love to adore. Knowing about his father, who was more powerful than him and was actually a deity, at least according to him, must be very exciting for his fans. Although little is known about Kamo, and now that he has died, it appears that King Shark will be the next deity. But you know what they say about comic book characters. You never know when they're gonna appear again. So who's your favorite Suicide Squad character, and what do you think about Kamo? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked our content, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. And in the meantime, have a good one and be safe. Thank you, everybody.